Hello, dear students. Today I will be talking about the grammar section in Unit 3 in our book English World. Okay, so please bear with me. Here we will go to the book. I'll just explain the grammar section. Okay, so listen carefully, please. And if you didn't understand the first time, watch it again and again until you understand. Okay, so in Unit 3. As we talked about it, we said we were talking about comparative and superlative. Okay, so what is comparative first? Comparative is to compare two things. Okay, two. Remember that is to compare two things. Okay, so here we have two types of games. Okay, so this game is space missions, spaceship, and this game is a horse game. So this game is for $50. $50 is expensive. It's very, very expensive. And here this game is for $60. So this is way expensive. So if we want to compare between these two things in the term of being expensive, so we will use what? Comparative. So here the sentence here says what? This game is expensive. This game is expensive. Okay, but this game is more expensive. You see, this is for 50, this is for 60. So this game is more expensive. Okay, more here. So expensive means something that with a high price. Okay, with a high price, a lot of money. So this game is expensive, but this game is more expensive. Okay, more expensive. So what you do is you always need more. Okay, let's just add more to the sentence. Here, this game is expensive, and just add more and it will be this game is more expensive. Okay, so if you go down here, we have these examples. So we have four uh, words here, which are they? Which they are what? Difficult, beautiful, horrible, enormous. So difficult means something very hard. Okay, look, for example, this exam is very hard. I can't solve it. This question. Beautiful, something beautiful, you know the answer, you know the meaning. Horrible means ugly, very ugly. Enormous means very big. Okay, so the first example here, if we talk about, say, these two flowers, do you remember we said we use comparative to differentiate between two things. Okay, to compare two things, don't forget that. So here we say this flower is beautiful, but this flower is more beautiful. Okay, it's not that hard, you just add more. Okay, so, and also, how can we write the sentence? So we say, for example, let's come here, we have to use enormous. Okay, I'll give you the word enormous and I'll say use it and compare. Okay, what will you do is you say what? This, what's the name of this animal? Elephant. Well done. This elephant is, you have to use is, yeah, either is or either are. So this elephant is enormous, just like that. Okay, I'll give you the word enormous and I'll say, okay, give a sentence for the elephant. So you say, this elephant is enormous, but this elephant is what? Is more enormous. Okay, you just write more, that's all, just add more. The questions here, we said difficult means it's very hard to solve. So The blue question is difficult, but the yellow question is more difficult. Here, the orange monster is horrible, but the green monster is more horrible. Okay? So, here in the workbook, here we had a way how to use comparative between two people to say which one is more this than that person. You see, for example, here we have this girl and this boy. So the girl says thanks, thank you very much, but the boy says only thanks. So in this case, which one is more polite? Polite. The girl is polite. Okay, so you say the girl is more polite than the boy. The girl is more polite than the boy. Okay, this is, look, careful. You don't say that. This is like this flower is beautiful, but this flower is more beautiful. You don't usually say that. This is just for learning. Okay, you have to usual most of the time you have to say it like that. Okay, the girl is more polite than the boy. Let's come here. This is what? It's a watch. This one is a ring. So you say, which one is more expensive? I gave you the word expensive. You see, in the exam, I will give you the word expensive and I will say, uh, which one is more expensive? Okay, you say what? Watch. This is 200. This is 100. Which one? The watch. The watch is more expensive. You see, we just use the words we have. The watch. Oops, sorry, I can't write it. The watch here is more expensive. You have this word too. The watch is more expensive than. Don't forget the than, okay? The watch is more expensive than the ring, okay? The watch is more expensive than the ring. Here, frightened. What's the meaning of frightened? It means scared, okay? So, which one do you think is more scared, the mouse or the cat? Here, look, the cat is more scared. So you say, the cat is, the cat is more, well done, more frightened than the mouse. You see? The cat is more frightened than the mouse. Here, which one is more beautiful? The swan or the duck? The swan. The swan, right? The swan is more beautiful than, don't forget than always, than the duck. You see, the swan is more beautiful than the duck. Well done. So that was between two things, okay, or two people, two animal, okay. And also we have something else that we call it what? Superlative. So in superlative, you see, we have three, look here, in comparative, we have two, you see, two animal, two monster, two flowers, two people, two games, you see? But in superlative, we have one, two, three things, okay? You see, he is frightened, he is more frightened, he is the most frightened, okay? The most frightened, the most frightened, okay? Here we have three words: expensive, polite, enormous. You know the meaning, yeah, for all of them. So expensive, polite, enormous. So let's use polite. So A says thank you, B says thank you very much, C says thank you very much indeed. So which one is more polite? C is the most polite. You see, you don't say more polite, okay? Because if you say more, which one, this one or this one? You don't have two, okay? You have three. So you say C is the most polite, okay? C, like that. Let's write it. C person is the most, okay? Don't forget, not just most, the most polite. That's all. That's all you write, okay? C is the most polite. If we come to the next one, which is expensive, about the cars, you see? So we have three types of car: the red one, the orange one, and the yellow one, okay? So which car is the most expensive? You see, the orange car. So you say, right, what? Look, you first start with the, what color is the car? Is the car? The orange car. The orange car, we write that. So we say what? Is the orange car is, what should we add? Just the most, okay? The most. The orange car is the most, what? Excellent, expensive, okay? The orange car is the most expensive. Well done. Look, you just write the orange car is, just add most, the most, okay? The most expensive, I'll give you expensive. I will say, okay, use expensive. Here, which cake is the most enormous? So you would say what? The first cake is, the first cake, first cake is, what should we say after that? The most enormous, enormous. The first cake is the most enormous, okay? Look, it's really easy. It's very, very easy. If we go to the workbook here, uh, we have this one. So make the sentence from the words, okay? This is just to fix stuff, you know, fix the sentence and okay, yeah, just to fix the sentences, okay? So if we come here, let's do these things, okay? Let's do these 2 pages and write them, okay? Write them in your notebook if you didn't write it. That was a homework, but if you didn't know how to do it, okay, write them in your notebook. So here, look, we have 2 types of things. Look, this toy and this toy, okay? So the car and the boats. Which one is more expensive? I'll ask you the question, okay? I would say, okay, which one is more expensive? If I said which one is more expensive, you have to use more. If I said which one is the most expensive, you have to use the most, okay? So here, which one is the most expensive? Expensive, I'll give you the word. Say the car is more expensive than the boat. Don't forget that, okay? The car is more expensive than the boat. Look, number two. Which one is more dangerous? Which one? The, okay. Which one is more dangerous? The cat or the snake? The snake. The snake is more dangerous. The snake is more dangerous. Okay, you see, just it's really easy. You just say the snake is more dangerous than, don't forget than, the cat. Okay, here, number three, frightened. Which one is more frightened, the girl or the boy? Look, the girl is happy, so the boy is more frightened. So you say the boy is more frightened. Frightened. The boy is more frightened. Don't forget than the girl. You see? Well done. Let's go to the next one, which is about the most. Okay. So as we said, when we have three, look, here we have two, so we use more, but here we have three, so we use what? Most, the most. So here, beautiful. Which one is the most beautiful? The cat is the most beautiful. If we come here, which one is the most enormous? Which one? The elephant. Well done. So we write the elephant is the most, the elephant is the most enormous. The elephant is the most enormous. Okay, the elephant is the most enormous, just the most. Okay, so here, look at this one. Look, this is a tricky one. Here it says, yeah, this one, this is the cat is the most beautiful, and here it says the elephant is the most enormous, but here we don't use the most. You see why? Because it is two. You see, it is two. So this one, we have to say which one is more difficult, 1 plus 1 or 132 uh, divided by 16. Which one? A or what? B is more difficult than the than B. Okay. Oh, sorry. A. B is more difficult than A. Okay. Good. Now stop the video and write it on your book. Okay. So we studied the most and we studied. Okay, now we did this and this. Okay, so we'll come back to that. We will come back to that. But we did the more than, and the most. So here, let's go to something else in grammar that we studied. Here, SS. If you remember, we read this. Okay, so more is what? Look, when we have more, it means this is more than this. You see, this is more expensive than the watch is more expensive than the ring. But in the most, for example, in most, here, we say, which one is the most beautiful? We say the cat is the most beautiful. But what if we had the same thing? You see, the same. So here we would be, here, look, the girl, I am 10. The boy says, I am 10 too. So we say, the girl is as old as the boy, okay? As old. I will give you the word old, okay? Don't worry. The girl is as old as the boy. Here, look at the box. It's 10 kilos, and the bag is also 10 kilos. So we say what? I'll give you the word heavy, so you will write what? The box is as heavy as the bag. Okay, just write as heavy as. Okay, as heavy as. So the original one is what? As heavy. You have heavy as. Okay, so as heavy as. You have as heavy as. Yeah, so here, what's that? The box. Write the box. And what's that? The back. The back. You see, we made the sentence. The box is as heavy as the bag. You see, it's the same thing. Look, you see? Okay. So here, the same thing. The tree and the house. You see, they are the same. So we say the tree is as tall as the house. The tree is as tall as the house. Here, the snake is as long as the crocodile. Okay, you see, this is as. So the grammar now is done. I hope you understood. Okay, if you didn't understand, watch it again and again, okay, to understand all of it.